Welcome back to AFT Dice Season 10. It is round 12, Saturday, the 6th of September, 2025. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty of the last six games. Match of the round for this round is Geelong versus Brisbane, and they're the second last game of the round at GMHBA Stadium. So let's get stuck into the first game. It is Fremantle versus Port Adelaide. Let's go to the first quarter of this match. We've got Port Adelaide in 10th, Fremantle second last in 17th with only 3 wins. First quarter has completed, and we've got Port Adelaide kicking 2 goals, 1 to Fremantle, 1-5, 11. So this game is at Optus Stadium. We've got 2 games at Optus Stadium this round. Fremantle, they kicked 2 goals, 4 in that second quarter to Port Adelaide, 5-3. And Port Adelaide are 19 points up, 46 to 27. Let's go to the second half of this game. Siren's gone for the third quarter break, and Fremantle, they've kicked 6 goals, 5 to Port Adelaide, 5-4. And it is 12 points the difference to Port Adelaide, 80 to 68. Last quarter underway in this match. Final siren's gone, and Port Adelaide, they've kicked 4 goals, 2 in that last quarter to Fremantle, 1-5. And it's Port Adelaide by 27 points. Fremantle, final score 10-19, 79 to Port Adelaide, 16-10, 106. All right. Okay. So let's get stuck into the second game. It is St Kilda versus GWS Giants at MRVL Stadium. So Port Adelaide, they are sitting in 10th. Fremantle in 17th. St Kilda, they've kicked 1-3 to the Giants, 6 goals, 6. So the Giants are away in this game, and they are on the bottom of the ladder. So an upset could be brewing here, but St Kilda are in 14th. GWS Giants at come into halftime. They've kicked 3 goals, 4 to St Kilda, 1-2 in that second quarter. So the Giants are 47 points up, 64 to 17. 3-quarter siren has gone, and the Giants have got they kicked 4 goals, 1 to St Kilda, 1-3 in that third quarter. So the Giants are 63 points up against St Kilda. Can they jump and get off the bottom of the ladder, which they have? So the Giants, they win by 64 points. They kicked 3-4 to 3-3 in that last quarter. So they won the quarter by a point. So St Kilda's final score 6-11, 47 to the Giants, 16-15, 111. So St Kilda winning the premiership in season 9. Fremantle were minor premiers in season 9. They are now on the bottom of the ladder. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Western Bulldogs versus Hawthorn. First quarter underway in this match. What an exciting round it has been so far. And we've got Hawthorn. They've kicked 5 goals, 6-36 to the Western Bulldogs, 1-5-11. And Hawthorn are up by 25 points. Second quarter underway in this game. We've got Hawthorn, they're in 11th. Bulldogs are in 3rd. And the Bulldogs have kicked back. They've kicked 6 goals, 4 to Hawthorn, 4-2 at halftime. It is 11 points of difference to Hawthorn, 62 to 51. Third quarter underway in this game. Third quarter siren has gone, and the Bulldogs have kicked 5 goals, 4 to Hawthorn, 4-6, and it is 7 points the difference at 3-quarter time. Hawthorn's way, 92 to 85. Last quarter underway. And the final siren has gone, and Hawthorn have won by 19 points. They kicked 3 goals, 2 to the Bulldogs. 1-2 in that last quarter. Final scores, Bulldogs 13-15, 93 to Hawthorn, 16-16, 112. Wow. So the Bulldogs are in 4th. Hawthorn are in 11th. Let's go to the next game. It is Essendon versus Melbourne. Essendon are on top of the ladder at the moment. First quarter nearly completed. Siren's gone for the first quarter. And Melbourne, they've kicked 4 goals, 2 to Essendon, 4-1. So it's a point the difference at quarter time. Melbourne's way, 1 point, 26-25. Second quarter, Siren has gone for half time. And Melbourne, they've kicked 5 goals, 6 to Essendon, 4-1. So Melbourne at half time are 12 points up, 62-50. Third quarter underway in this game. Essendon versus Melbourne at the Marvel Stadium. 3-quarter time has come, and Essendon, they've kicked 4 goals, 5 to Melbourne, 2-2. And at 3-quarter time, it is Essendon by 3 points, 79-76. Last quarter underway. Essendon need to win to maybe break away from the pack. And the Melbourne Demons, final siren has gone, and the Melbourne Demons have won by 11 points. Melbourne, they kick 4 goals, 2 to Essendon, 1-6 in that last quarter. Essendon final scores 13-13, 91 to Melbourne, 15-12, 102. So that puts Melbourne in the top 4 just for the time being. And Essendon, they are on top still. All right, next game, Richmond versus North Melbourne. So it's 16th versus 12th. So it's Richmond versus North Melbourne at the MCG in this game. And the first quarter's completed. Richmond, they kick 6 goals, 6 to North Melbourne, 4-2. And it is North Melbourne down by 16 points, 26-42, second quarter. And Richmond, they kicked 1-3 to North Melbourne, 2-3 in that second quarter. So half time, Richmond are up by 10 points. Richmond are looking for their 5th win. North are looking for their 6th win. They could be in line with the top 8. So North Melbourne, they kick 4 goals, 5 to Richmond, 2-2. And at 3-quarter time, it is North Melbourne by 5 points, 70-65. Last quarter underway in this game. Who is going to win? And the final siren's gone, and North Melbourne have won by 14 points. North Melbourne final score 16-16, 112 to Richmond, 14-14, 98. So that Richmond, they are in 16th spot, and North Melbourne's in 12th. Next game, West Coast versus Carlton. Quarter time has come, and Carlton have kicked 5 goals, 4 to West Coast, 2-3. So Carlton have come out of the blocks fast. 19 points the difference, 15-34. And Siren's gone for half time, and the West Coast, they've kicked back. They've kicked 4 goals, 4 to Carlton, 1-3. And it is level at half time, 43 apiece, 6-7, 43. Third quarter has completed, and West Coast, they've kicked 6 goals, 5 to Carlton, 5-6. And it is 5 points the difference to West Coast, 84-79. Who is going to win this game? We're into the last quarter. And the final siren's gone on West Coast. They've got over the line. They kicked 2 goals, 6 to Carlton, 1-5. So West Coast, final score 14-18, 102 to Carlton, 12-18, 90. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Adelaide versus Collingwood. It is 8th versus 9th. So West Coast, with that win, they go back into second spot. First quarter completed. Adelaide, they've kicked 4 goals, 4 to Collingwood, 2-5, 17. So second quarter is underway. And Adelaide, they've kicked 9 goals, 8, 62 to Collingwood 6:11:47. All right. Halftime has completed, and Adelaide are in front by 15 points, 62-47. Let's go to the second half of this match. Adelaide versus Collingwood at the Adelaide Oval. Whoever wins this match will stay in the 8. Adelaide, they kicked 1-2 to Collingwood 6-5, and Collingwood at three-quarter time are 3 goals up, 88-70. Let's go the last quarter of this match. Will be Collingwood stay in the 8. And the final siren's gone. Collingwood have won by 34 points. They kicked 6 goals, 1 in that last quarter to Adelaide 3-3. Adelaide final score 13-13-91 to Collingwood 18-17-125. So that puts Collingwood on top of the ladder at the moment. Match of the round, Geelong versus Brisbane. And let's go the first quarter. Match of the round for round 13, just for now, is West Coast versus Suns at Optus Stadium in round 13. First quarter, Geelong versus Brisbane, GMHBA Stadium. Brisbane, they've kicked 6 goals, 6 to Geelong, 3 goals, 5, 23. It's 19 points the difference. Brisbane's way, 42-23. Second quarter has completed for halftime. Brisbane, they kick 5 goals, 6 to Geelong, 4-6. And he's 25 points of difference at halftime. Brisbane is 78, Geelong 53. Brisbane are going for 6 wins, no losses on the road. Third quarter has completed, and Brisbane, they've kicked 4 goals, 2 to Geelong, 4-5 in that third quarter. And it is 22 points the difference. Brisbane 104 to Geelong 82. All right, let's go to the last quarter of this match. Can Brisbane still have a perfect away record, or will Geelong get over the top? And in the end, Brisbane, final siren, Brisbane have won by 29 points. They have still got a perfect record, and they basically, Brisbane have gone to the top of the ladder after beating Geelong, so they deserve it. They've gone from Brisbane down to GMHBA Stadium in Geelong and won this match by 29 points. Geelong final score 15-19, 109 to Brisbane, 20 goals, 18, 138. Let's go to the last game of the round. It's Gold Coast versus Sydney at Metricon Stadium. If Gold Coast win, they will be on top of the ladder. So we've got Sydney kicking 4 goals, 5 to Gold Coast 1-4 in that first quarter. So it's Sydney by 19 points, 29-10 in this game. The Bombers lost to Melbourne, so they lost their first position on top of the ladder. We've got Gold Coast. They kicked 5 goals, 1 to Sydney, 6 goals, 2 at halftime. It is Sydney by 26 points, 67-41. Third quarter underway in this match. Third quarter siren has gone, and Sydney have kicked 2 goals, 3 to Gold Coast, 1-6. And it is 29 points the difference. Sydney's way, 82 to Gold Coast, 53. I could probably say that Brisbane will finish on top of the ladder. Sydney have won by 38 points against Gold Coast. Final score, Gold Coast 10-14, 74 to Sydney 16-16, 112. Sydney kicked 4 goals, 6 in that last quarter to Gold Coast, 3 goals, 3. So that puts Brisbane on top of the ladder after round 12 with 8 wins, 4 losses. They basically upsetted the Geelong down at GMHBA Stadium. So we've got Brisbane in top, Collingwood in second, Essendon third, West Coast fourth, and then remaining 4 teams in the 80s: Geelong, Melbourne, West Western Bulldogs and Gold Coast Suns. And then down the bottom, because GWS Giants won against St Kilda, Fremantle are on the bottom of the ladder. And the match of the round for round 13 is first versus second. So it's Collingwood versus Brisbane at the MCG. What an exciting game that will be for round 13 on Monday, the 8th of September, 2025. We'll see you then.